Well, Brad, I'm sure that it's hurting this evening because that's not a Brad Quinton performance that we saw out there tonight. What's your overriding emotion after tonight's game?
Yeah, it looked like there was some headaches from some players out there today. We'll get to the bottom of this in terms of we've got a good week now to work really hard. Thursday, yes, we're going to work really, really hard. Saturday as well, having no game. You know what? I'm not going to be a cliche in terms of what I have to say, but we didn't score again, and obviously had chances again. But the way we worked for one another off the ball for conceding the goal was very, very poor as a group. It was very, very unselfish. Very selfish-like of current players. And obviously we've had a good chat in the dressing room in terms of what we felt and what we needed to speak about. And obviously we'll be looking back at it for collectively they need to look at that. But that performance today was not good enough. Fair play to Chippenham. They're a good footballing team. They passed the ball really well. But how we dealt with one up front was a joke, if you want my honest opinion. But the levels of urgency for one another when we got in the final third and their choice making was poor as well.
There wasn't much to write home about in that first half, and it could have been so different going in at half time. George obviously had that opportunity where he hit the post. It could have been a very different game, but it wasn't. Do you feel, having looked in the balance of Saturday's and today's performance, that there are things that you need to drastically look at to move this season on?
Yeah, we need to look at that. We need to bring in, I think, some new faces, if you want my honest personal opinion, which we're working at, and it needs to be right, as I keep saying. But with what's gone on in the dressing room in terms of a couple of illnesses and stuff like that they've had, we've had to deal with that, and we've had to try and manage it without people affecting everyone. But there's no excuses for that performance. The lacklustre in terms of hard work and running in behind or running off the ball, that was not there for one another. There was too many big gaps today in midfield all over the park. If you want my honest opinion, I think Newt's done really well again. Good to see Juddy back, Bailey back as well. Having to bring them on. Obviously, they're struggling for minutes at this moment in time. But my fullbacks was poor today, if you want my honest opinion, going forward. In terms of wing backs, in terms of knowing when to defend, when to tuck in, when to go tight on the player. And it just fell through, and it fell through midfield into forwards. Our forwards were coming too deep. I think the ball came into Tyrell Whitaker in the first half, onto his left foot, coming onto it to pass it in the back of the net, and he took it back onto his right foot. And then keepers pulled off a save and tipped it over the bar. So it's choices, individual choice making in terms of when they're getting in the final third. I thought Chris Smith's done very, very well today. Carla J worked really hard. Kingy's made some good saves again. But I think all over the park today, their desire and choice making was very, very weird, very off key. Personally, we're going to talk individually, and they're going to understand where we need to be stepping up. But we'll look to bring in some people now to strengthen and freshen up some faces. But obviously it was great to have Juddy back and Bailey back coming off the bench, and we can work on that and start working hard on their fitness levels now. They need to be stepping it up.
Well, a week to go till haven't, and I'm sure, like you say, Thursday and Saturday you'll be working hard to put that right. So thanks for your time tonight.
No worries.